This is Record Royale, where we throw two albums into the ring with one another and see which one comes out on top. Hey, there we are. All right, there it is. How we doing? Episode 80. That's a large amount. I remember when we played cricket in like under 10s. If you scored 80 runs, people would say it was a century. Like that's what they classified it as. It was like you got a century because you got 80.
Because you were small.
It's like because if you were like 9. But like
I remember you used to have to if you hit 30, you used to have to like walk off 30 not out.
Yeah,
back in like under 8s or something.
Yeah, and then they bumped it to 80.
Yeah.
And I remember big Daniel March. Shout out Daniel March. He got 80, and I was like, Daniel, you got 100. It's like, no, he didn't though. He got 80. But we made episode 80 here with Rev and Tom from West Thebarton. Lads, thanks so much for coming to the show.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
No, it should be very fun. Another Australian Music Month ep. This is the 4th. We got one more next week. Should be very fun. All November. It's worked out pretty well actually. I think November 1st was a Monday, and then we've just smashed through them. Yeah, it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty good. Next week's albums are great too, so that should be a fun one. Tom and Rev, you guys been a pretty quiet year for pretty much everyone in Australian music. But
has it?
But how have you guys been? Have you guys been chipping along in any sort of way, whether it's been planning for next year or writing new tunes?
Been pretty busy, hey. But we haven't. Ray and I haven't seen each other for a little while, but
Right.
Yeah, so I'm based in Adelaide still, but Tom's in the Gong, so unfortunately haven't been able to see him in person. But before that, we did manage to, get together and write a bunch of songs and put them on some tape and put them into a computer. So, we're lucky that we've kept productive, and it's been actually really fun. We've had heaps of fun just writing songs and jamming because we haven't got shows to prepare for, so we've just been letting it rip. So yeah, it's been awesome actually.
Good bit of space.
Looking for the silver linings.
Yeah.
I was literally just about to say the silver lining is you don't have to stress and try and cram everything in. You actually got time to kind of do what you want, make what you want, which is pretty cool. That's what every band's really been saying. Yeah, it's really good. And I saw you did. Awesome. I saw you did announce the Best Night Ever shows on Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast with Violent Soho and Teenage Jones and a bunch of other bands. That'll be freaking a time.
Huge.
Yeah.
That's going to be sick.
Oh,
I'm just worried I've forgotten how to play though, hey.
Yeah. When was your last show?
It was January, I want to say the 26th. It was at this festival in Adelaide called Beer and Barbecue Festival. And
that sounds great.
Actually, yeah, well, I mean, it had beer, it had barbecue, it had bands, and that was great. We played as,
B's. That's what
that was probably one of like 2 times I've seen you this year in person, Tom. So
yeah, that was a good time.
That's been cool.
Then we all went out to karaoke afterwards. That was pretty good too.
This actually sounds like this sounds like the best show / day ever.
Sounds like a great time.
Beers, barbecue, bands, karaoke.
Oh, what's great.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh,
Enrique Iglesias' Hero.
Yeah, I hear that. What a great track.
Fuck yeah, I'd watch that.
Oh,
make
I'm
everyone
sure
cry.
there's some videos everywhere. I would just feel really sorry.
Definitely Taking Care of Business, eh?
Oh,
yeah. That's a good one.
Another great one.
Yeah.
Well, that's an underrated
TCB.
one.
Yeah.
That's one that would go off quietly. Like no one would be like,
you wouldn't
shit.
expect it to come, and then it'd hit and everyone go,
That's it.
I think we're really hoping there's some like karaoke bars on the Gold Coast so that when we finish
I'm sure
those shows, we can drag Soho and Teenage Jones in for a little bit of sing song.
Yeah.
Or just
Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the Glaciers?
I'm sure there's some kind of app you can get on your phone to, do karaoke.
Oh,
from
that's
anywhere.
a great idea.
That's a he's good idea.
That's $1 million idea.
One of our segments later, we pitch you business ideas, and we might just take that.
I might take that.
Should have made my background Shark Tank.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
It's another great show.
Yeah, we'll get to that one later. Have you been able to plan any other shows for next year, or is it just keeping quiet and writing?
I don't think we have anything else locked on the cards, do we, Ray?
No, look, like we've been, writing heaps, and just having heaps of fun. And nothing's really, been set in stone. And we've been so disappointed by locking in like an awesome run of shows, or, playing with bands we're either really good friends with or really love to play with, and they've just kind of had a pin poked in their balloon. So we've got, a few things floating around, but at the moment, we're just loving like jamming and writing new stuff and all that kind of stuff. But, we can't wait to get on the road next year, and I definitely can't wait to see Tom a little bit more.
It'll be good.
Yeah. Sweet. That's what it's all about. That was nice. So as mentioned, still in the midst of Oz Music Month, we got you to pick 2 Australian albums: Eddy Current Suppression Ring, Rush to Relax, read Rest for some reason, and Wolf Cub, Vessels. What was the thinking behind choosing these 2?
Go on, Ray.
There's 2 of us here, so it doesn't take a genius to think that one of us picked one and one of us picked the other. But Eddy Current Suppression Ring is just one of those bands that I really listened to at the end of high school, which is, where everyone kind of sets the bar for their music taste, and they kind of were the first Australian band I listened to that made me step back and think, like, oh shit, this is music that I really, really love. And, I adore absolutely everything that they've done, all their records, all their EPs, all that kind of stuff. But Rush to Relax was the last one that they put out before they took like I want to say a 7 or 8 year break.
Yeah.
And I just remember slamming that album so much. When I had my first car, I just listened to that on like one of those tape deck things you put in. Then it went out to my CD player, and I just listened to it so much. And I feel like, whenever I think back to my early 20s, late teens, it's just that album on repeat.
Sweet. Beautiful. That's so nice. It's so, yeah. Everyone has those albums especially when they just get a car. I remember when because my car only had CD players. Mine was that first Modern Baseball album, actually.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Kept pumping that throughout. Yeah. Then, Tom, you must have chose Vessels then, this one.
Yeah. So I chose Vessels by Wolf Cub, like similar reason to Ray as well. But when I was a bit younger, that was actually the first show I ever went to, was Wolf Cub supporting Wolf Mother.
There you go.
Full circle.
Yeah. Just revealing that one now. But yeah. So I remember I was 16. It was like the first all-ages show I could go to. And I loved Wolf Mother. And I remember the opening band, I really didn't like them. And then
shout out to that band.
And then we won't talk about
shit.
That. But then the bassist smashed his bass, and I was like, no, they were fucking sick, hey. I was so pumped. I loved them after that, and I was like, nah, they're sick. And then Wolf Cub played, and I didn't know who they were. All I knew was that they were from Adelaide, and they were amazing. Like, blew Wolf Mother out of the water. I bought their CD and like a shirt and stuff like that, all their stuff from that show. And just same as Ray, just was slamming it in my car all the time, and just loved the fact they were from Adelaide as well. Just felt like hometown heroes for me, and also kind of made me feel like, being a musician from Adelaide, you can actually do something with that. You're not just like stuck playing local shows.
Yeah,
that's it. That was cool.
That's so funny because for all the good listeners out there, we have Andrew Stockdale from Wolf Mother as our background. That is heaps funny as well, though, that they took Wolf Cub on tour.
Yeah. I was saying to Will before, when we chose these backgrounds, I was reading some Pitchfork review of Wolf Cub. They didn't even really say anything about the music. I think it was just because it was out at the same time as Wolf Mother.
Yeah.
And they were like, they're just trying to copy Wolf Mother. They've got the same name. They play psych music. Yeah. And I was like, they're not that similar.
I read that 2 days ago too, and it was a terrible review.
Yeah, they didn't say, it was a shit review anyway, but it's pretty funny. A snapshot of time.
Music journalism's come a long, long way.
Yeah, has it?
Oh boy.
just moved way more onto the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. The AI's back too. The alien pitch.
It's good
We'll see. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I like
Cyborg
it.
Ray.
That's all right. It'll drop in and out. We'll sort it. All right, I'm going to smash through the little facts of these. I don't have too many, to be honest. It seems to be what happens when we do Australian albums, honestly. So Eddy Current Suppression Ring, formed in Melbourne in 2003. Brendan Huntley. They all have stage names, because when I wrote these down originally, I only found like their stage names, and I was like, surely their last names are they? Like, I didn't think they just took the last names. So Brendan Huntley's on the vocals, and Vokes. Yeah, I mix Vox and vocals. Sorry about that, legends.
Cool.
Brendan Huntley, yeah, Brendan Suppression, the stage name. Mikey Young is on the guitar, and they call him Eddy Current. Brad Barry, another actually heaps good name. He's on the bass. Rob Solid is his stage name. So good. And then Danny Young, brother of Mikey, is on the drums. Danny Current. Rob Solid. That's a new Twitter name. Last week we did, was it NXS or Midnight Oil, who had the Gary beers?
Oh, yeah.
One of those bands. Yeah, the bassist was called Gary Beers. I was like, that is fucking brilliant. This was their third studio album, released on, or was it their second? I think it was their third. Released on February 19th, 2010 by Shock Records. They put out stuff from Sasquatch. Remember Sasquatch? Great little band. And Scream Feeder was another one of theirs. It was self-produced, I'm pretty sure. Someone confirmed that. That's what Brad said before, I believe. Peaked at 20 in Australia, which is pretty sick for an album like this. And it was nominated for Best Rock Album and Best Independent Release at the 2010 ARIA Awards. Lost to Birds of Tokyo and Sia, though. So, unfortunately for them, maybe 10 years later when they release their next album. Wolf Cub formed in Adelaide in 2002. Joel Byrne was a vocalist, guitarist, keys as well. Thomas Mayhew on the bass, and they had two drummers. I don't know, do they still have two drummers, or did they carry that through?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, but at the time of this album, two drummers, which is awesome. Joel Carey and Adam Edwards were the drummers. This is their debut album, released on August 28th, 2006 by Dot Dash. Methyl Ethel were on that label, Client Liaison, heaps more as well, which is pretty cool. It's produced by a guy called Matt Hills. I thought maybe you guys are from Adelaide. Do you know Matt Hills?
Yeah,
we know Matt Hills.
Hey.
There you go. Because I couldn't find what else he's
Hills
done.
is a bit of a celebrity.
All right. Who's he worked with? You guys?
I swear he worked with every single band in Adelaide at one point.
Yeah. In some way or another, he's worked with everyone.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I left that bit blank. I was like, surely they'll just know him. Adelaide's small.
Yeah, he's a dude.
He's moved to Tassie now, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
He was a sound engineer at the Cranker, which is like the main like rock pub in Adelaide.
Yeah.
He used to run a little festival at his studio called Hillside Fest, where you played in a car park. We did that a couple of times. I think there's some like real embarrassing YouTube footage of it somewhere too. Thanks to Spoz. Shout out to Spoz.
I'll have to find that then. Gonna chuck it in the link. And then the singles were This Mess and March of Clouds, and that's all I got for these albums. Just a quick little fact checked on that one. Sick. Unless you guys got any more, let's get into the elements. The sound, I don't know, on the Rush to Relax, I don't think this is like a new sound by any means, but were they like one of the bands that kind of pushed like the really raw Australian rock sound that a lot of bands use now, like the Chats? I feel like the Chats would have been, and Skeggs would have been heavily influenced by this album in particular.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a new sound at all, but Eddy Current, when they kind of put together their albums, it was so raw and really just from the guts. There's this great fact about their first album, and whether it's just, folklore or it's reality, is that they recorded it just in 6 hours, their first album, which, anyone that's made an album before knows that 6 hours is pretty quick. But they're just so raw, and that guitar sound, especially the, bands like the Chats and lots of those guys that have adopted now, really does come from Eddy Current Suppression Ring in that, 2000s growing up. I think as well, like a lot of those driving drums that are on a lot of the songs, they just really kind of push everything. It's like such a rhythm section driven band with such a raw guitar on top. And, you know, the vocals, I've definitely taken so much inspiration from Brendan Hunley's like vocal delivery as well as his stage presence. I know that, you know, you chat to 9 out of 10 Australian rock vocalists and they'd say that, you know, Eddy Current Suppression Ring was some kind of inspiration. So I like to think that they started, you know, the vanguard of that sound at least.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's so incredibly Australian, but it's also not like, I mean, back then, we all obviously have a lot of like Aussie artists that sound very Australian now, and it's like a lot more common. But I'm sure back then, like just being so honestly, not trying to hide behind any sort of accent at all. Like it just sounds like the way that he would talk, which probably wasn't very common at the time at all.
Every band at the time, you know, was trying to put on an accent or try and, like, you know, you sang and it sounded a different way. Whereas, you know, now it's almost cool. Like I remember when we toured and went to Glasgow, people were putting on ochre accents, like Aussie accents, because, you know, the chats and stuff like that, which is so strange. But, you know, that was a time when you couldn't really embrace your vocal delivery and your native tongue without at least copping some kind of criticism.
I think it makes it feels way more confessional. I think it makes it feel like it's way more just like a stream from his actual mind, and he's not just trying to write something that's, I mean, that, or like his lyrics help that as well, and it just does feel like that. But
yeah, they're so literal, like
so literal. You feel like you're having a conversation with him almost.
Yeah, like gentleman and I Can Be a Jerk are just so literal.
I Can Be a Jerk.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, companies like the especially on those two songs of music, like the guitars, bass, drums, are just so relaxed. I mean, the album name has relax in it, but it just feels so, it's like so lo-fi and just like it's so chill. It's such an easy listen.
Yeah, but then you get like a song like I've Walked Into a Corner that is just like, you know, I'm pretty sure everyone can think about when they've rocked up at like a party or something and you just smashed, and the first thing that you do is just like walk into, you know, the room and embarrass yourself and just try and like steady the shit. You know, I think that's like, nice. Congratulations. But you know, it's just so honest.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, their sound, you can hear in a lot of bands today as well, but the Wolf and Cub album, at times, is like DZ Death Rays were the first band I was like the song This Mess, I was like, holy shit, this must be a big influence for them as well.
Well, like, even talking to some of those guys, like, I feel like a lot of bands who are more in that realm, like big guitar driven bands rather than like vocally driven bands. You do hear a lot of people still talk about Wolf and Cub. Obviously they're still active now, but it is cool. Like, I feel like there aren't that many of those kind of really, really guitar driven bands. Like even in that record, like you don't hear the lyrics that much. It's just kind of, everything is pretty like undercurrent rather than like it all being about the vocals and stuff like that. It's more about the soundscape, I guess.
I feel like it's aged really well too. Like even though this is quite an old one, and some of those bands, like maybe Mr. Wolf Mother, tracks from that haven't aged as well.
Totally.
From that era, and like just the indie rock of that time, there was a lot of Australian bands that were big. But this one has aged really well. And I listened to their most recent album after this week as well, and it's so good. And
it's so good, isn't it?
They're kind of keeping that. They've still got a very similar sound, but like I've added some like more post-punky elements. It's sick. It's really good. They've aged well as a band as well.
Yeah. I kind of feel like they're just Wolf Mother without the cheese.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing corny about it, which is cool.
No.
Yeah.
No cheese. What was the band we were talking about the other day? I was like, they just got no cheese.
Turnstile.
It was Turnstile. It was Turnstile.
Which
Also,
they might have cheese.
Another great record.
But we were saying, don't have right now. They're not cheesy. They're just cool.
No cheese. On Vessel, like you said, there's just so much like. There's like walls of sound. Like in Conundrum, there's like 2 minutes. Or it might even be longer. Just like guitar feedback and like bass rumblings.
Mm.
So
It is a conundrum.
yeah, it is truly a conundrum. It's a conundrum.
Yeah, that song's
Have you
great.
guys seen this band Wolf Cub live before?
Yeah.
Yeah, a few times.
Tom, first gig.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you said. Yes, sorry. I'm sure. My bad. I'm sure that like you like a band for what they have released, but it takes it to another level with their live show. I'm sure, like that's half of it for them. Like I'm sure their live show is what has their fans like addicted to them as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's so
I'd
loud.
love to see
so
them
loud.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know three of the members are based in Sydney now, so I'm sure they'll probably be coming around again. But one thing I remember I went to see a Wolf Cub show in Adelaide after that first show. I think I was like maybe 18 or something like that. And Josh Battersby, who plays in the band as well, he came to the show with me with his girlfriend at the time. And I remember that show for them just having the biggest fight, like over nothing. and if you know Josh, he is like the nicest, most timid guy on the planet. And I just remember we were watching it, and then he was so psyched for the show, and then I just saw her like just pointing at him because it was so loud, and I was like, I'm just gonna walk over here. And I just left him to it.
Not tonight.
No.
And
that's good. I think that was maybe like a classic high school, like 3 or 4 week relationship. But
yeah. Fuck.
To be young and in love.
Yeah.
Show though.
Yeah, what a gig ruiner. Back to the Rush to Relax album. I read a quote. It actually might have been from that Pitchfork. Oh no, you read the Vessels one.
That was the Vessels one.
Yeah. I reckon it sums up the band, to be honest. He said, "We never want music to feel like a chore." I was like, fuck, you can just hear that in this album. Like, they're just having fun.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Even what you said before, Ray, where you was like, we're just having fun writing tunes. I was like, that relates to this album.
What you
got the same mindset. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And, I can't just speak any more about how, like, this band, how much they mean to me and how much they meant at the time. But it's totally that. I remember seeing them live. I think it was on their last tour run before they took a long break, and that wasn't announced or anything yet. And Pixies were playing in Adelaide on the same night, and I was like, oh shit, do I go see Pixies or do I go see Eddy Current? And I was like, oh, well, I can see Eddy Current anytime, but I chose to go to the Eddy Current show, and that was like such a good decision. And you could tell that they were just having fun the whole show, just like swigging bottles of wine, just like. The guitar playing was just nuts. That was probably just one of the most fun gigs I've ever seen a band play.
Yeah.
That's what you want anyway. Sometimes with those big arena shows, it's you kind of just like get lost in the crowd, and it's a spectacle, but it's not as you're not dancing.
Not intimate.
So those smaller-ish ones are way better, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
100%.
Sweet ass. Should we get into segments?
Let's have a crack.
Yeah, let's do it.
Have a real dig, would ya? All right, let's do it then. Get inked.
Get inked.
Alrighty, we're gonna make some tattoo designs from these albums. Did you guys happen to do any for these? I can't remember if I sent it through or not.
It's all good if you haven't.
No.
That's all good.
Right.
You can just you can just decide if any of these tattoos you'd actually get tattooed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
I dare say you won't.
Spoiler. Yeah, you won't because
They'll be shit. Sorry.
Adam,
They're always awful.
That'd be so awkward if I already
They're
had
always terrible.
better keep the clothes over that one if that's the case. Adam, you can go first.
Great. My one from Vessels, from March of Clouds. There's a line that's shackles on your hands, a young prison man. I was thinking just like actual shackles on your hands, and then maybe like a chain that runs down your wrist or something. So when you lock them up, it looks like you're all shackled up.
Oh, that's tough.
That'd be pretty tough. That's like a prison tat. Be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then my other one was for tuning out. There's a line, I don't care if your soul's up for sale. So I just thought maybe like a Gumtree listing with just like a jar that says Adam's Soul.
Oh yeah.
And that was it.
So
for
wait,
sale.
would
As a
the
tattoo?
tattoo
As a
be
tattoo.
like?
As a tattoo, a full great like Gumtree listing. Yeah,
Yeah.
be very
That's a cool
good. It'll take
website.
ages.
Isn't it all?
Yeah, big dirty back piece for that one.
Yeah.
Don't
Add it
worry.
in as well.
I'm glad you set the bar low because my Wolf and Cub
Thanks.
one is like the shittest. It is so shit. In my head, I was like, "Oh, that's fucking, that's boss." But then when I like wrote it, I was like, "This is the shittest one." So it's just like funny we mentioned Turnstile. I was thinking like, the song, March of Clouds. Here we go. Can you guess where I'm going with this?
Marching Clouds.
It's Marching Clouds. Yeah. Like the Turnstile album cover Clouds, and they just got like big military pants and boots. Fuck,
That's not as that's not as bad as it sounds. I think
It's not that
alright.
bad. It would be
That's
hard
definitely
to.
I'm
alright.
just thinking like 3 in a
Pretty
row,
good.
like 3.
Yes, I mean it could
So
be
6
good.
legs. Yeah,
I reckon
but
it could be good.
wouldn't- Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not. And then from Rush to Relax, a song. I just took song names for both these. Gentleman, actually. So you know how our artwork's like the 4 dudes like in their robes at the beach or like in the bars or something. I'm thinking just that, but instead of in the robes, they're in suits because they're all gentlemen.
No.
So yeah, you
That's
just
a
get
good
like the
one.
four guys, but they're in
That's a good one.
suits. Yeah,
That's good.
That's a good one.
thanks for that. I'm actually really stoked with that reaction. All right,
Nice.
Brad,
Yeah.
bring
Okay,
these home for God's
yeah,
sake.
From Vessels, from This Mess. This is very literal. I got the Wolf and Cub at the dinner table with 2 big bowls of spaghetti. Not very good. I always
into it.
see my tattoos as like in like the Minties sort of art style.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So take that in mind for this one as well. From Gentlemen, wipe my boots on your mat and always be friendly to you. You'll burn your cat. I'm just thinking like a portrait of like a person's face, and then on top of that they have a cat, and then on top of that have a bird, and they're all like just it's like a portrait, and they're getting along really well. Yeah, not great.
I'm just trying to visualize
That's
that.
kind of cute.
Yeah, I was trying to as well. Do you mean like they're all like, you know how, like if someone's like here, then you rest like your hands
Yeah.
on them like that?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's not
I was
that
thinking
bad.
the bird on top of the cat's head,
Yeah.
and they're all best friends, and they're all smiling.
Is it a portrait of you?
Yeah,
well?
it could be anyone.
That'd
you
be
want,
funny.
Yeah, it could be me. I'm not much of a bird guy.
I don't think
Gotta
the
get a
cat
cat
is
of it.
either.
Yeah, cats are alright. Definitely not a bird guy.
I'm heaps sorry, guys. These were the shittest tattoos.
These are terrible.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Worst
You guys
ever.
did
You've
great.
really you've really come on for a dull week.
I think we say that, but really every week they're this bad.
Yeah, that's true.
They haven't been good for
That is
like
true.
a year.
A year, I would say like 77 episodes.
Yeah.
It's been a
I'd be a
while.
bit worried if
Episode
you
80.
guys were like tattoo artists or something. I probably wouldn't recommend it, but
No.
We would be out of business. We'd be out of a job for sure.
Do we have to choose one that we?
Oh,
that
you
we-
you
can
have
if
to
you
get
want.
it tattooed. You have to get it
Oh, yeah,
tattooed.
alright.
That's
You
all.
have to get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So
I'm
if
adding,
you choose,
I'm adding, a,
if you
I'm
choose
adding a
one,
segment. This is. I reckon. I loved them all.
don't lie.
They're all great. I'm giving you all,
Don't patronise
giving you all
us.
positive reinforcement. It was great. You guys did a really good job.
Thanks, man.
So, I would get the shackles because I want to be tougher.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I reckon
Get that-
I'd go for the family, like Wolf and Cub, eating at the dinner table. But I'd get like two
pretty
members
cute.
on this cheek and two members on that cheek, like some SoundCloud rapper. And then there'd be like
Yeah.
spaghetti making a mustache.
Yeah.
So then I could just shave that and have like one of those like
Yeah.
full on
that'd be
like
really
mutton
good.
chops, and then just have like a little pencil spaghetti thing.
That'd be
Damn, that's
great.
good. You
It'd
should
be
go-
really
Gumtree.
awkward when I run
Yeah.
into them.
The Gumtree listing is like a massive back piece. Could be real good too.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it of? What would you?
It's
oh, your
something
soul.
about soul.
Your soul. Yeah.
Just said
That-
my
now-
soul.
Now that's
In a
tough.
jar.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That one was a 20-second job that I thought of.
What could you,
Prior to
what
this
could you
episode.
add though, apart from calling it your soul? Like, how
Mm.
much detail do you go in when you're selling your soul? I've never
I
done
don't
it
know.
before.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the minimum you're allowed to on Gumtree?
Well,
Probably.
would you have? Yeah. Usually people say something like, what do they say? Like,
Never been
it's,
used.
it's
Yeah.
never been
One
used.
gone ASAP.
Never been
Yeah.
used. Bought it once, left in the
But
package. Just never
selling
used.
due to upgrade.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
We'll ship it. We'll ship it buyer's
We'll
cost.
ship it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No low balls.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys just made them way better, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did that.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's do the ad. This one's simple, and you can actually do this one. We're gonna just name our favorite song, one from each album. Unless you guys don't know the opposite album, if so, we'll wing it. Ray, what's your favorite song from each album?
Ooh. Probably on Rush to Relax, it'd be Anxiety, just because I think that's like the best opener to an album ever, or Walked Into a Corner, depending on what mood I'm in. On Vessels, maybe Conundrum.
So cool and weird.
Yeah. That album definitely was at a time when, I was experimenting a lot, so brings back a lot of memories, but that's a cool song.
Sweet. What about you, Tom?
From Rush to Relax, my favorite is Isn't It Nice? I just really like the guitar sound after that.
It's so crunchy.
Yeah. And on Vessels, I reckon my favorite, I just really like March of Clouds, like that opening drum. Like I feel like it's the only time in the whole record where you can really hear there's two drummers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like I remember seeing them live and going, "Oh, no, I had no idea they had two drummers." And then like listening to the record, you don't hear it until that point. Yeah, that would be cool.
It'd be tricky. I didn't really think of it, but I'd imagine it'd be kind of hard to write two drum parts for a song and not make it sound like too much.
Drummer.
Totally.
Yeah. So, yeah, because I didn't actually know there was two drummers either until I read it.
Did they record it with two?
Maybe not.
I don't know.
I think they did.
I don't know.
Because I couldn't tell. I watched a Mosh Cam vid of him and it took me by surprise very much today. So I thought the whole time it was one drummer. Anyway.
Yeah. What are yours, Adam?
Mine for Eddy Current Suppression Ring. I'll go I Can Be a Jerk, probably. I just thought it, just as I said before, just like so honest. And it does feel like you're just having a conversation with him. But it's also like very endearing and but also kind of punk. I don't know. I just really like that song. It's kind of bright. And then on Vessels, I had Seeds of Doubt. That one, I like the backing vocals on it, which were kind of like out of nowhere. And then at the end, as a lot of the songs on there do, they just get super wild. And yeah, I loved it.
Cool. I had, for Rush to Relax, I had Gentleman. I just had that like chorus hook stuck on my head all week, and it's so good. I just love how literal it is and how much room all the instruments have on it, and then it gives the vocals just center stage. It's sick. And then I had the single for Vessels, This Mess. That song was so sick. The intro was just really cool. The drums kind of sound, you can hear two drums in that intro as well, which was cool. What are yours, Brad?
From Wolf Cub, I had, is it Rosalia Bizarre? That's how you say it? Rosalia.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Very sick. It reminded me of like a Viagra Boys track. Like just super drivey, super rhythmy. I'm sure that would pop off live. And I'll go another big jammy track, Tuning Out, from Eddy Current. Those guitar tones are insane. So crunchy. And when he gets like, when it stops playing and it gets like, it almost sounds like he's trying to break his guitar. It's sick. So cool.
Nice. Sweet. Good songs. They're going in the playlist. Let's have a look.
How
What's
many
it up
songs
to?
are in there now?
Yeah, the Record Royale ads on Spotify. There's 450. We've just brought up the 450. We might declare soon. Probably not. 27 hours and 46 minutes.
Yes.
What a slog.
If you need more than a day of music.
Yeah. We're creeping up on 30
it's right
hours.
there for you.
So if you've got a 30-hour shift coming up, Christmas time, Christmas shifts are pretty crazy.
Yeah, you never know.
We got the playlist for you on Spotify. All right, let's do Shark Tank.
It's a smash hit.
That's right. What a segment this is. All right, Tom and Ray, we're taking a song title, not one from each album, one from either album. We're making a business idea. We're pitching it to you, and you have to decide which business you would give your hypothetical earnings or your money to.
Ooh.
Adam, you can continue the trend, and you're going first.
All right. Mine is called Kingdom. So, Kingdom is a whole new level in the world of home security. Kingdom is an all-encompassing security system that places cameras in every nook and cranny of your house and outside it. And so, if someone comes towards your house and tries to break in, a shutter system comes down on all the doors and windows, and then cannons as well. Cannons come out of the house, and so if you're away, maybe you're at the pub, and then you can see on your phone, you can fire the cannons if you want at the guy that's trying to get into your house.
Should get like a moat as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Hell yeah.
So basically it's just taking in like medieval concepts and trying to modernize them.
Can I ask one thing about the cannons?
Yep.
So is it like in medieval movies where it shoots out just like a bowl, like a heavy bowl?
You've got to set them up yourself before.
Yeah. What about like aiming and just
Yeah,
firing?
someone
You do it with your phone.
Usually
Aims with
have
your
someone
phone,
like
and you can-
sitting there going like lighting it at the end, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a little drone, where you get to move the angle of the.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, they're
yeah.
robotic cannons.
So it's medieval but modern. A modern take on a
exactly.
medieval.
Medieval but modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Decent as.
Set the bar pretty high.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
wouldn't want that.
mine's pretty average. Mine's called Rush to Relax. Actually, I just took the little closer and also album name. So here we go. Here's my pitch. Most people draw up detailed weekly schedules to organise their study or work timetable, but Rush to Relax is a business where a team of relaxation and procrastination experts will organise an hour-by-hour, minute-by-minute plan of how you can best use your time relaxing. So Mondays could be spent at the bed and breakfast, Wednesdays at the spa, and Fridays spent with the masseuse. However, they will also organise how to best get out of any activity you don't want to do. So excuse for the boss, like probably grandma's birthday, maybe grandpa's birthday on Tuesday, and it's always foolproof. And if you can't get out of something you don't want to do, you don't get your money back, but it's unfortunate, but you got to keep trucking on. So there's no guarantee. It might not work.
There's no fallback at all.
No, you just got to keep. It's $100 a month automatic subscription. It comes out.
Relax.
Yeah. So don't
Just
tell me to
relax about
relax.
Just relax about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Rush to Relax.
Get around that.
Ooh, pretty good.
What's
price.
yours, Bradley?
I thought of mine, so we came on Zoom and I didn't have one ready. So I quickly got off Zoom, thought of one, and this is actually, I think this is pretty good. Mine's called Burnout. Mine is a petition to get at least one road in each city or town to become hoon friendly. so we can do we're talking like you just get a nice flat bit of road, we get the really slick tarmac, super soft, spongy barricade so your car doesn't get totaled. And it's like an e-tag system. I don't know if you guys have that wherever you guys are from. But it's you pay a yearly subscription and you only allowed one car. So it's got to be safe. So you only had one car on the road per time.
Per burnout.
Per burnout. So it's only someone gets the road themselves and then once they finish, another car goes. So it's just and it won't be in a populated space. It'll be out in the sticks somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just a place to hoon around, you know?
I think we've got one of those in Adelaide already.
It's true.
Well, you have to different market then, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it'll be right. No, we'll absorb them.
A buyout. 2023
We'll buy it
buyout.
Yeah.
All right, nice. All right, Ray, Tom, what are you thinking?
What do you reckon, Tom?
Where are you putting your money?
Is this a joint decision? Do we need to invest the
Yeah, you
band
can
bank
pick
account,
one
or is
each.
this a personal?
Nah, go one each.
No.
Go one each. It's easier.
Your weekly,
Go on then, Ray.
weekly check-in.
I reckon I'll go with Kingdom,
Thanks.
just because I like those cannons that you can kind of program with your outside. And what I'd eventually like to do is just put little dog treats in them. So when my dog's like barking at someone, I can just be like, I'm going to shut this dude up. So I just like light the cannon, and then there's just dog treats everywhere, and it's done.
Yeah, that's a great
really
idea.
good.
I will say, the first thing I thought of, I just saw the word kingdom, and then I thought cannons, and then I worked back. So cannons was the most important part.
It's about the cannons.
I'm glad.
Main
I'm
selling
glad.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Tom?
I like the Hoon Road, to be honest. I thought it was sick.
Yeah.
I've never done a burnout in my life because
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's accessible for the people who have a normal car. They want to have a crack.
I feel like it
Come
is
to the Hoon Road.
like so many more people would get into hooning. I don't know. I would probably. But like, yeah, I just want to give it a go. I've never done a handbrake or anything like that, and I feel like I'm too old to do it now. I feel like that's like a thing you do between 16 and like 21. Yeah, when you're 29, like, and
It's really embarrassing.
I tell
had to go to
Ray that I
court.
did a burnout.
Still burnout.
He'd be like, "That's actually quite dangerous, man."
Down at the old burnout track. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine telling your boss, like, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't come in."
I was doing dollies. Oh,
That's sick.
such a piece of shit.
Sick, man.
What do you mean? You've got a Forester, dude.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, 1-1 then. I'm the tiebreaker. I'm gonna go burnout. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a good concept.
This is a great concept.
Great way to like hang out with your mates. Like, what are we doing this Saturday? Oh no, going out of the burnout ring. Should be
Yeah,
good.
Good.
Have a sesh.
Yeah,
have a
there'll be like
hoon.
some seats. Maybe a bar.
Yeah, you can make it like a full-on like ticketed event.
Yeah.
A bar.
Yeah, a bar. Oh, you're driving. Yeah, you're
Add drinking to the equation.
This definitely must be in freaking whoop whoop for this.
I'm really surprised this hasn't been done before. It sounds so like logical and.
I feel like it exists in Germany or something.
Yeah.
Germany.
They'd be onto it. They've got the autobahns.
Yeah,
It's not
true.
that far of a stretch.
Tractor.
Autoburn. Yeah.
That's next level.
That's got a ring to it.
All right.
I like it.
Well done, Brad. Nice win
Thank you.
this week. All right, we got one last segment. 2 truths and a lie. Who's up? Adam? Brad now.
It's me.
Brad. All right, guys. Brad's got 3 statements about the bands. Probably one band, who knows. 2 are true, 1's a lie. We got to work out the lie. Brad, what do you got for us?
So it's really, really hard to find anything on either of these bands. So if you know it, you're probably going to know it. Something kind of already been said, but it should be fine. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Joel's initial reason, there's 2 Joels, right? There's the singer and then there's the other Joel.
Yeah.
Wolf Cub.
Yeah.
Joel's initial reason to join the band was to be a viber, aka get too drunk and dance on stage. Number 2, Eddy Current Suppression Ring claimed that this album cost $0 to record and produce. Number 3, Wolf Cub held a drum off gig to find their new drummer in 2007. Marvin Hammond. Is it?
Maybe. This album came out before then, so I didn't write down the
Right.
new drummer.
Okay. Marvin Hammond won the show. I think he was in the band for a bit and then he left as well.
All right.
That last one was
So-
way too detailed.
I was gonna say that sounds way too deep.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like you're trying to throw us off by going. I think it was Marvin.
I'm
That's what I
gonna.
got down.
I think I'm gonna say the third one as well.
Oh, you think
Just-
it's the lie? I reckon the middle one's the lie. I don't think it costs $0 because I think I reckon it didn't cost $0. Nothing's free. Come on, seriously?
I think they said
I'm
it cost $0 because they won a $30,000 music prize, and then
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
true.
I
Pay for it with
did
that.
say that earlier. Yeah. All right. What was the first one again?
Um,
Oh, the Viber.
yeah.
I think that's true. That sounds true to me.
that sounds true. I'm gonna go with 3, just because drum off
Me
is
too.
weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like
It was a drum
it's like-
off gig.
Maybe
It's like
you
a
just-
gig,
yeah.
They had like Wolf Cub drum off gig.
Maybe you're
like
trying. I feel
Will
like you
Ferrell
were
and
trying to
Chad
throw us
Smith.
off. I think you were trying
Yeah.
to throw us off with all the details at the end.
I'm just saying what I saw.
That's really smart.
Saying what I read.
Yeah, I'm going with number 3 is a lie too, for sure.
Yeah,
Are
me
you
too.
saying 3 as well? Fuck it. I'll go number. I'll just go the first one, the Viber. It's funny if you made it up.
For fun.
We locked in.
Yep.
Yeah, you're all exactly right, except for Saney. I read that they went through a couple of drummers, and I was like,
I hope they had a drum off.
Drum
Yeah,
off.
that'd
A
drum
drum off.
off.
Gig.
I kind of was hoping that was true, just so that
That
when
would've
I
been, yeah,
jogged
maybe.
down the
Sick.
pub, I could give him a hard time about it.
Yeah.
yeah, I read that they used MySpace to try and find a new drummer instead of looking for a drummer. So I was like, drummer,
Drum off.
gig, drum off. That would be cool. Cool idea.
Did you do that
Will
last bit
Ferrell-
to throw us off? Just
Oh yeah.
You did.
God, yeah.
Oh, wait, you made up his name?
No, it was Marvin Hammond,
All right.
but he was just the drummer who got picked. He didn't win no show.
Right.
Wow.
The context.
Yeah, that'd be a weird gig. How would they even do that? Drum off. All right, next. Up you
Let's
get.
play the same song
The
6
drummer.
times with 6 different drummers.
The drummer would get absolutely fucking belted.
Have you guys ever watched that Dream Theater new drummer that documentary?
Come on, Brad. No Dream Theater.
No one's
this
watched Dream
episode.
Theater stuff,
Yeah.
bro. Only you. You're the only
like
one
prog-
that likes Dream Theater.
If you
mate.
like prog metal, trust me, you'll love it.
You watch any Dream Theater videos, boys?
He always tries to slip it in there.
Surprisingly, the answer is always no.
It's his favourite thing. Anyway.
Shout
Surely
out
there's
to-
someone. There'll be someone.
Shout
who'll be
out
like,
to
fuck yeah.
Mr. Portnoy. Mike
Yeah.
Portnoy. All right, sweet as. We gotta rate these albums out of 10. That's what we gotta do. But out of 10, what for Eddy Current? You reckon? Out of 10, gentlemen.
Yeah.
10 gentlemen, and then
Why
out
not?
of 10, cannons.
It's
Out of
just
10
cannons.
cannons. All right, we're gonna
Yep.
do it. You can go first. You've gone first every other time. We're gonna go around and do Eddy Current, Rush to Relax out of 10, gentlemen.
I'm gonna give this one an 8. I'd listened to a bit of Eddy Current back in high school as well, but I hadn't really listened to this album before, and I think I like it the most, more than the other two that I'd heard before. So, yeah, it was just really, really honest, like we said before. Yeah, great Aussie album.
Sick as. I'm gonna go 7. I really like this album. It was heaps. It was such an easy listen. Like that was the best thing about it, because I think I only started listening to it on like Friday, and then I pumped through it like 5 times. It was heaps good, but it just didn't really have as many like hooks, I reckon, for me personally. But I love the rawness of it a lot, and I love how literal some of the songs are. So yeah, I'm gonna go 7. Brad?
I'm gonna go 8 gentlemen. Yeah, I've had a great time. I can't believe I haven't listened to these guys before. My partner loves this band and loves bands like Parquet Courts as well, and she got me onto them, and she got me onto this. I think like the rawness and like the imperfections of it are what make it so amazing. It's like kind of like a lightning. Is the term lightning in a bottle? Is that the term?
I believe so,
Like-
mate. Well done.
It's so lighthearted, but like impressive, and the outcome, like it is what it is. I'm sure if they did it on another day, it might have been a bit different, but like this is what they got, and it's fucking sick. So, yeah, big fat 8.
Nice.
Hectic. Tom, what are you giving it?
Oh, am I rating it too?
Sure are.
You guys also rate.
I really like Eddy Current. Well, Eddy Current Suppression Ring. So honestly, I hadn't listened to this one before. I haven't tapped into him quite as hard as Ray has. But I think I'd give it an 8. I feel like that was my first proper introduction where I've actually gone through an entire record, and I really liked it.
Sick.
Yeah.
Easy.
So I'm
as.
gonna
All
keep,
right, Ray.
and I'm gonna keep listening now too.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it
Alright.
a 9. I'm going to give it a 9. I would give it a
Boom.
10, but nothing's perfect.
No, you can give it a 10 if you want.
See,
We
yeah,
give 'em out
multiple
like they're
people have
fucking-
said that recently,
Oh,
but we've
no,
given
but
out
then, like-
many 10s.
I don't know. If I give something a 10, then it's like, oh, can I
That's
go
it.
higher than that on other things? No, but I love this record so much. It's been so much to me. And, you know, a lot of my favorite Eddy Current Suppression Ring songs are on this album. Yeah, so 9.
Sweet.
Good to hear.
Fat score. All right, let's do Wolf and Cub Vessels out of 10 cannons. Adam.
I'm gonna go 7 on this one. One less. Probably more because I listened to their more recent one and I think I liked it more. I really liked a lot of moments on this, and I love specifically the rhythm section. It's just like sort of pulsing along, and they just kind of add on like small elements, and it just builds and builds and builds, and I really like that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe like the lyricism. I think I usually gravitate to something with more like singing and lyrics in it, and Eddy Current has a bit more of that in it. So yeah, I'll go with 7 with this one.
Cool. I'm gonna back you up. I'm gonna go 7 as well. Couldn't really split them. I don't think there's as much like much substance to the album as what I would have liked, like what you said with vocals, but the riffs are like crazy, and like I think I prefer the rawness on Rush to Relax, but I really like sonically this album is just pretty wild, and there's a lot of like this mess is heaps good. Like I loved that song, especially that song and March of Clouds. So like there's a couple of standout tracks, and the sound's sick. So yeah, I couldn't really split them. I'm going 7. Bradley.
I'm gonna go on 8 cannons. I'm gonna split them down the middle again. My 2016 self would have fucking frothed this immensely. I think back in my Big King Giz phase, I love this. Yeah, I love just the psychiness of it, and like the unpredictability of it. I had a great time listening, and the whole rhythm section was sick, as Adam said. So yeah, good time. I want to see him live.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Tom.
I'm gonna back up Adam, and I went with an 8 as well for the same reason. Because the new record is so good.
Yeah.
Like I chose, I like that one better. I more chose this one because
it's the essential.
And it was also the introduction to me, and like introduction to like a lot of things for me. But the new record is just like crazy good. I'd give that one like a 9 or a 10.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have to check it out.
Right.
So good.
Yeah, I'd give this one 7. You know, if I hadn't listened to the other records, I probably would have given this like an 8 or a 9. But like everyone's saying, I prefer the sounds on the other records. The songs on the other records, but this is definitely like super sonically, like great, and also, you know, they're people from Adelaide doing cool shit, so that's always good.
Yeah,
for sure. Sweet as. We got a winner. Eddy Current Suppression Ring gets 40 out of 50. Beats Wolf and Cub Vessels 37 out of 50.
Damn.
Good scores.
Heaps good scores. Hell yeah. They were cool albums. Is there a new album?
Has anyone ever got a 1?
Yes.
Really?
Funny you ask.
Maybe.
Was that 303?
303. Yeah. Well, no, collectively it got a 3 out of 30. Adam gave it a 0. I gave it a 1. Joe,
What record was it?
Want by 303.
Want by 303.
I don't
You
know.
know,
what
like-
that is.
You know.
That like
LMFAO.
303.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
What's their biggest song called? Don't Trust Me.
Don't trust me. Never trust me.
So shit. Or
It's the worst
the one with
album ever.
the one with Katy Perry. Black jeans, double D's, mate.
But they weren't even the worst. Oh, we don't even need
Stop
to speak
singing
about that
that.
anymore. They weren't. The rest of the album is just fucking
So
sus.
shit.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Anyway,
So bad. Yeah.
don't do it to yourselves. It's
Did
not
the
even
band?
fun.
Did the band that chose it get really offended, or did?
No, it was our old band member. So just like we did it just to rip on the albums, basically.
Yeah, we did it as we knew they were going to be shit. We did it against LMFAO. Sorry for Party Rocking. That album.
We
Is
just
that the
ripped
album
them.
called or something Party Rock? Fucking they mentioned every song.
Parties, bullshit.
Freaking
Anyway.
Redford,
Oh my god!
Nephew, Sky Blue. But yeah,
Very
you can. That episode's back in the archives if anyone's chasing it. This one's done and dusted. Eddy Current Suppression Ring with the win. Thanks for coming on, Gus. That was very fun.
Yeah, that was
good.
great.
Yeah,
it was a
thanks
good
for
week of
having us.
listening.
Thank you.
It's good. Hope you had a good time. Next week on the show, it's the final episode in November. 2 more Australian albums. Super stoked on who's coming on the show. The host of Triple J's All Australian Music Show, Home and Hose, Declan Byrne, is coming on. Should be pretty fun. And he's chosen Powderfinger, Odyssey number 5 against Ballpark Music's self-titled album. It's going to be freaking so good.
Great
Really
week
good.
of listening.
Yeah, I've already...
2 big Brisbane bands.
Yeah, and heaps of similarities in the music, which is going to be fun. Had a quick little listen to them already because I'm very keen. That should be a very fun one.
Can't wait to cry to some Bernard.
You beauty.
I'm going to send Bernard the episode. Oh, that reminds me. Last week we did NXS, and we said we were going to get their latest singer, JD Fortune, on the show. I haven't hit up Mr. Fortune yet. I might do it.
We should hop on that.
He's not in the band anymore, though, I don't think.
Well, they're not even a band. They stopped. They got it.
I don't even care what NXT. I want to know what JD Fortune's doing. I want to know what that guy's been up to for the last decade.
Yeah, I could answer.
I reckon
not
it's
much.
a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
Bags.
Bags. All right. So yeah, next week with Declan. It's going to be fun. Powderfinger, Ballpark. Listen along when you can. Follow us on the socials at Record Royale. Go check out all West Thebarton stuff. They got, if you're in Sunshine Coast or Gold Coast, big show with Violent Soho. Is that at the end of December or the start of December?
The middle.
Kind of
18th.
in the middle.
Middle.
18th
Right.
and 19th. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. End of school holidays, guys. If anyone's any
Bring your
18-year-olds,
kids along.
any 18-year-old, yeah, if you got kids, that's even better. Any 18-year-old Brizzy fans out there, you know where to go. Actually, not even Brizzy, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast. Yeah. Oh, Toolies. Let's go. All right, we'll see you next week with Declan. Thanks, lads.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, man.